started the thing. Here you update pip. Every project requires that. Since we just yeah, opened an existing project, just your pip needs to be updated. Yeah, just click install packages. Install package. You don't have to choose that specific checkbox. If you point and the blue is on pip, then it enough to directly click on the install package. Yeah. That specify version will always take the topmost version. Okay. If you have to go to a prior version, then you can specify version. So as yeah, this is done. You can click close button on that. Okay. PyTest is installed. Setup tools. Click open plus again. Type in full setup tools, one word. Yes. Scroll. Yeah, keep scrolling down. Setup tools. It's alphabetical. Yeah, there you go. Click on that and install package. This, yeah. Okay, you can close this now. So our packages are ready. You can click OK. Just click OK. Okay. So just double click on main.py. Yeah, so there is our function. You can zoom a bit. Yeah, there you go. So that's def area. It takes a single input parameter, km for kilometers, and it returns kilometer into kilometer, which is square kilometer. So that's good. Okay. So now this function is there. Next, you have test underscore main on the left, the very last file, test underscore main. Double click on that. Yeah. So, okay. So here, you can remove line 6 and 8 for now. Copy main dot area 10. Copy main dot area 10. There at line 8. There on. At line 8. Copy that. Yeah, don't have to do the return one, just main dot area 10. Okay, copy that. And then remove 6 to 8. You can remove that. Okay. Yeah. Then at line 9, def test 1, you can remove that my home. Double click on my home and hit the del. Yeah. Control D to select both. Yeah. Okay. Even no problem. Del. Now paste that. No. After you do assert, after that, no, okay. Undo. Control Z. Yeah. Assert space. Paste now. Yeah. Now we got main dot area. So what's happening is we are importing at line 1. Click on that line 1. Just grayed out for not showing up. At line 1, first line of the file. No, yeah, click on that. Yeah, so import PyTest, import main. So main means you are having a main.py. We're just importing that. And assert main.area 10 at 10 is equal to 100. You can change that to 1000. Yeah, at line 10. So we are just having an expectation that it will be 1000, but the actual what it is going to calculate. Okay. Now same way, copy entire line 10 and paste it at line 14. Shift home and control C. Yeah. At line 10, yeah, do a shift home and do a control C. Yeah, okay. At line 14, the assert, you change it to the new copied one. Yeah, copy from line 10 to line 14. Yeah, paste it there. No, not the entire one. Just line 14, you select now and paste. Select, do a control V. It didn't copy, so no problem. Yeah, correct. So now instead of 1000, remove a zero and you can make it 100. Okay, so this test file is done. Okay. Uh, so yeah, this test file, what it does is it conducts two tests. Hold on, line 13, remove that within parenthesis, that parameter, that argument you remove, my home. Double click and hit delete. Double click in that orange, my word, I mean my home, double click, del. Just click the delete button, it'll remove that. So now what has happened, Sriram, we have got two test cases, test 1 and test 2. The first, at line 10, we are asserting left side is actual result, is it equal to um, the expected result. Whereas in test 2, we're giving 1000. So the first one will pass. Probably you can make the first one fail, okay, and the second one, it doesn't matter. So in one, what we are doing here is test underscore 1 will pass, okay. Test underscore 2 actual is not equal to expected. Understood? So in any test case, let me do a whiteboard for a moment here. New whiteboard. I mean, just bear with me. I've not been using this whiteboard. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see. I need a table here. Let's see if I have a template. Okay, let's do this way. I think. Okay, I am just trying to put a table there. Just bear with me. So normally a test case will look like this. Okay. Just give me a moment. I'm just quickly trying to draw a table. I don't know. So here we have a table. Okay. Now what goes in testing is so one more is required. This is a testing document will look like this. Okay. A testing document will look like this. Just bear with me. Yeah, you got a nice table. Okay. Now, this is serial number. Okay. Of course, a line number. Or, okay. We commonly refer it as line number or serial number like that. Okay. So this is the serial number. It goes about 1, 2, 3 for each test. Okay. So I'll just put 1. Okay. Okay. 1, 2, goes like that. Okay. Now here we have test step. What we are testing. So that's a test step. Okay. And that's a test step. And here it will talk about actual result. Okay. Actual result. Sorry, this is the actual result column, and a similar column exists. Expected result. Okay. Expected result, actual result, and status of the test. Okay. The test. Okay. So this column is status. Okay. Just bear with me on that. Okay. So there you. So test step 1. Okay. Now we are as a tester. Okay. Application testing is one of the common job role, and software testers first before testing work a test case document. So now this is called the test case document, which will have scenarios and other things. So test cases are listed. Okay. Test cases are listed here, and test scenario would be there as a background, things like that. Okay. Test scenario will give some idea that what we are testing. In our case, so are you seeing my whiteboard,
Yeah.
Sriram?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So test background will talk about here. I am testing a function by name area in square kilometers or whatever. Okay. So the function is area. Okay. So test case will talk about what is the function. Even test scenario will talk about some background of that feature that we are going to test the area in square kilometers, and this is a function which takes one input parameter kilometers and returns square kilometers, some descriptive information of the scenario. Test cases will list like this. Okay, so what is a test case? So I have test step 1. Now what does our test 1 do? So this test script. Okay, again, this description of test underscore main is your test. In this test case, you'll say test underscore main. Let me just type in there. Test is test underscore main, main.py. Okay, so you list some test files. We are testing main.py, test underscore main. This is the technical files here, but further you will mention some background. Okay, so you mentioned that in here we are testing the function area, like that, area, and there are two tests. There are two tests, test underscore 1 and test underscore 2. Okay, these are our two test cases. So test cases, we're just describing that this function tests. Okay, so whatever descriptive tests about here. Okay, but in the test cases, this table is used. Now, this is test 1 and that's test 2. Okay, so here is test step. You'll say test underscore 1. Okay, colon. We are testing whether area is 1000. Okay. Testing whether area is 1000. Okay, so that's my test case. So this is documented. Before we even get to running these tests, this is going to be documented as the software developer is going to write a unit test. Okay, so this is the unit test case. Of course, unit test at lower level, functional testing is also what we can call it. Okay, functional testing is at the functional domain level. Okay, yes, let me just get to it. Okay, test 2 here, 2 here will check for 1000. Okay, testing where the area. So these are two test steps. Okay, test steps, expected result. Okay, so now I am going to put the expected result is 1000 here, and in this second case, expected results is 100. Okay. Now, what is the actual result? Actual result was 100 here, and the actual result was 100 here. Okay. So, you have some info about what is expected, what is the actual. Okay. And the status of the test, in the first case, it is not, right? 1000 is not there. So here it failed. Failed. Okay. Okay. And the second case, this test passed. Okay. So now that's the test status. So before now, this fail or pass is still not what we tested. So before what we actually do as testing, this actual result, this status is empty. Okay. But the unit tester writes a empty test case document, test 1, testing for 1000, test 2, testing for 100. What am I expecting? 1000 and 100. So he writes two test cases. Okay, and does not do anything. These columns are blank. In terms of software development, the testing aspect, while the developer starts working, looking at the requirements, the tester, okay, tester could be an individual, application tester could be a separate user, because he can test several things like functional, technical, like that. So this test result, which is test step and test expected result, to be filled up by the developer as the unit test. Okay. So he knows what is written, the code. Okay. And the tester is going to write some test, unit test. So uh, out here, the tester can be a separate role, or the developer himself can write. Typically, the developer knows the code. Okay, so he will write the unit test. Okay, keeping these two columns. Okay, now the test cases document goes to review. Okay, review in terms, now the tester can take this and review. Okay, this is what you're going to test. Has he missed any test case? Okay, has he missed any test case? Then each of that review is done. Okay, okay, this seems to be good. Okay, maybe a third test can be added for negative testing. Okay, negative testing means for this function, if I give a -1, or if I give a 0, okay, if I give such an inconsistent value, so that's called negative testing. Anything which can cause inconsistency is a negative test. So that can be added. Okay, meaning here, for example, test 3, for sake of conversation here for the example can be added, saying that, oh, I need to have a test 3. Okay, test 3, saying negative test. mm, oh, what it is testing? Testing program area does not crash for a value kilometer, uh, when kilometer value crash when kilometer is 0. Okay, some scenario like this. Okay, some scenario like this. So in such a case, we are confirming in agreement with the developer that, look, this third scenario should also work. You should not have any crash of the program, any inconsistency for the third test. Okay, and that test case would get added. This test case getting added when when test case is review. Okay, so when this test case is reviewed, now the developer might have missed this, but the tester, okay, and any other peer tester reviews this, come out with a negative test case, test 3. Okay, and you could spell it out as negative test. Okay, negative test case. Now why negative test is important? Because program should not crash inconsistently. So that's again what we are just simply testing there. We are testing the same here. Okay, program doesn't crash for an inconsistent value. It could be some value of 0. Is not thought about by the program or not thought about by the developer. Okay, so that could be the tester who's a separate tester, or at the time of writing the program, the application developer himself could come out with all the test cases. Keep in mind, the expected result here is the program should, the value of A should be 0, area should be 0, and we also say program doesn't crash and doesn't crash. So this is what we are expected to have. Okay. So this is what's expected. Now, keep in mind there is no actual testing still not happened. Okay. This test case document is reviewed and updated. If you miss this, then if the original software developer has been the author of this test case, after review comments, if this was not added, they'll be putting a comment that, look, this has to be added, and then he goes adding third test case, test 3 negative test, and put the expected to be 0 and keep it like that. Now the test case document is frozen. Okay, after the review update, the review is complete. The tester who gave that comment closes the comment saying, yes, I'm reviewing and ending that your test case document is updated. Now come here. Okay, what we got is, this is an area, and test main should look for a third test. Okay, test 3. Are you seeing my screen? I believe, yeah. Okay. Mhm. Area of 0. Okay, it should return what? 0. Correct. So these sort of test when it is updated, so developer immediately writes this code, and the unit test, this whole thing is going to the results are going to be tracked here. Okay. Now I added this test case. Sorry, I added this test case. Okay. Now I run this, run PyTest main. And of course, this would, yeah. So three items collected. Okay. The first test failed. Okay. Because of inconsistent value. The second pass, the third also pass. Okay. Now third pass, so then the tester goes into updating the document here. Sorry, test was, okay, test is 0, the actual value is 0 and doesn't uh, crash. Okay, some actual result. Okay, actual result. So that's the actual result, and here I just copy that. This is passed. So now if you see, this is consistent. Okay, so the testers test, even developer himself has tested everything, he can update. So whenever the testing is completed, only then the actual result is updated and the status updated. This document is the test cases updated with the test results. Okay, and this is what is kept for the record. Okay, this goes into uh, evidencing that software is tested and that code which you are sharing is going to be um, released, ready for release in terms of release and deployment. Okay, so this is how a test case document evidences that testing has happened. Okay, so it's important to keep track of this, and let me just take a screenshot. Okay, so I'll just save that. Give me a moment. So now you can share your screen. We will update uh, these in the record. Okay. Yeah, go ahead, share your screen. I'll stop sharing in a moment.
It says I can't share till you stop sharing for the white.
Ah, I've stopped sharing, and so you can.
It still says you cannot start screen sharing while the collaborator is on the whiteboard.
Oh, okay. Now, yeah, try again, please. So here, copy test 2 below test 3, below, yeah, copy both the lines and enter below line 10. No, no, yeah, copy that, enter, hit enter at line 10. Yeah, that will need a blank space. Yeah, now change test 2 to test 3. Yeah, test underscore 3. Yeah, main area of 0 and expected is 0. Okay, so now right click on this code, just right mouse, yeah, and run PyTest for test main. There you below. Correct. Click on, yeah. So it is going to bring up the terminal below and run.
It says error running PyTest cannot process the working directory.
Now what is the reason? I don't see that message. Can you open the terminal? Hold on. Error running PyTest. The terminal is not showing up. Run PyTest. Test main 3. Okay, I got it. Line 2, no worries. Go to below where you, go to line 2 there, the empty line there. Yeah. Import PyTest. Let's see. Import space PyTest. Enter. Yeah. Okay. Now, no, that don't click the red there. No. By mistake, you clicked on, there is a red dot below line 11. Click again there on the red. Yeah. Actually, no, don't click on that arrow also. Yeah. Go to the right corner or use this. That's better. Pop-up is better. Yeah, run it. Error running test main. Test 3 cannot start a process working under. I think the folder it's showing InfoSure dev and all that. Okay. Uh, Go to settings again. I think something at the setting level. No. Go to the menu on the left. Not here. Click. Go to settings. Yeah. Settings. PyTest is updated. Python interpreter is good. Tools. Go to tools. This. Yes. Go to scroll down. Yeah. Yeah. Python integrated tools. Yes. PyTest. Now this pointing to dev. Pip dev. pipenv. Click on that. Path to pipenv. Just point this to Python. Let me see what it is here. Just one moment. It's pointing to Python and scripts pipenv Python 3.1 in your case. Path to pipenv is auto detected actually in my what I'm seeing. Scroll down. Yeah. Click on Python 3.12. Scripts under Python 3.12 scripts. Pip.exe. Yeah, just choose the first one. Should be okay. Just looking for pip. Pipenv path to pipenv. It doesn't matter. Yeah, click OK. Let it be. Just one more setting. Let me check. Yeah, this is good. Click OK. Yeah, try again now. Could be something with the virtual in. Yeah, run. Error running test main 3. Oh, Diff test, everything is okay. Import PyTest, import. Yeah, just write import PyTest, enter, PST, enter. Now, this should be good. Uh, yeah, control, save and run. I think it's still good. Okay, save. We're running PyTest 3 because it's showing InfoSure dev PyTest project doesn't exist. So go click on that. Okay, I think
When I was after I saved and I extracted it, it didn't allow me to save it in the C drive, so I had to save it in a different drive instead. So I saved it somewhere else.
no, go to PyTest project, that right click on PyTest project, uh, somewhere project settings is we change. Right click on, no, not here, not here. I'll tell you where to right click. Above VENV, PyTest project and the folder icon is there. Right on that PyTest project. Yeah, okay. We this is just the settings. Somewhere it has shown my settings instead of modify run configuration. Okay. Yeah. So right click, go to modify run configuration. Let's see what that shows up. Yeah. User scripts. So this is good. PyTest app. Name is working directory, env script. Okay. Just click OK here. Yeah, just the OK button below. That should be okay. Somewhere it is still the configurations could be okay. Go on the right corner. There are 3 dots next to the bug icon, green bug icon. On right corner, top corner, where PyTest, yeah, that 3 dots. Click on that 3 dots. Edit. Click on that edit. Let's see what. So yeah, here is the problem. So here the working directory is somehow pointing to my directory. So now we point to where is under where users Sriram, or where is the, yeah, users Sriram OneDrive, that one. Yeah, copy, correct. That's where the problem comes from. See, before you start on Python, this edit configuration will allow you to read everything correctly. That setting has to be done. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Now you can run the configuration because PyTest has a specific configuration. Now it works. Yeah. Okay. The test 3 passed. What about test 1 and test 2? It only collected one item. Uh, no, that's because your PyTest for test main 3 is what you're running. On the right corner, somehow that's click on the arrow next to 3 there. No, where you have the white arrow pointing down. Drop down that list. Yeah. All 5 edit configuration. I'll get to you back. Edit configuration. See, apparently there seems to be other test configuration. Main test 3 seem to be what got there. Module. You somehow it's pointing to one test. module. Wait. Project test main, test underscore main. Okay. Now, now, now cancel here. Let's click cancel. One more. Somehow you're pointing to running a specific module. You can, correct. Yes. There you are. You pull up the bottom terminal to a little middle of the screen. Somewhere the cursor, yeah, there you are. So there you got. The first test passed, test 1 passed, test 2 failed, and test 3 passed. Okay. So yeah, this is PyTest. Okay. Now, good. Okay. So far, so good. You now have to, mm, either what you can do is copy test main and paste it there and change to some test, uh, yeah, the whole file. Yeah, click on copy. Yeah, copy, click on that. Yeah. And right click again and paste there. Right click. No, here in the left navigator itself, in the below the project, PyTest project area where you copied. Yeah. Yeah. Right click right at that file. Right click. Yeah. Right click there and paste. Okay. So now test main, you can give test, test, no, always a file name test underscore. You put main 2. Okay. Click OK now. Yeah. Yeah. So that's good. We got main 2. Okay. Now we'll introduce the concept of fixtures. Okay. Just okay. So what we're going to do is, we have 3 tests. Okay. Now listen carefully. We have 3 tests. What we want to do is we want to, instead of now if we have to maintain any changes, let's say I want to change this data. Area of 10 is what I passed first, and areas 10 I passed to the second test. So if I have to change the 10 into, let's say, a constant value, I have to go about changing both the tests, right? No. So then we write another function, call it as a specific name, and use that name here. Use the name instead of main area 10, main area 10, repeating twice. We're going to take main area 10 as a constant and keep, okay? So that's what a fixture does, okay? So now at line 3, click on line 3, the beginning of line 3, and introduce, introduce at by, okay, no, don't put. No. Yeah, let me tell you. Def, define def, df. Yeah, we're going to introduce a new function called my home, or space, def space, my home. Okay, my home. Open those parentheses, colon. No, there's no space there. My, okay, colon. Enter. Enter. Okay, now copy main dot area 10. Yes, and just say, copy that. Yeah, at line 4 now, click, say return. You're going to return that main dot area. Return, paste. Yeah. just main dot area 10. You're not evaluating, so remove that. Yeah, that part is removed. And also give that 4 character spaces. The return is at 3 character space, I believe. Correct? 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, three, four. Yeah. Okay. So what we're doing with this function? Now this function is like my home, some common name, and main dot area 10. So we are fixing a certain constant. So that is a fixture. So then by calling this as a fixture, PyTest will understand. So you have to use a decorator at PyTest.fixture. Okay, just issue a decorator above the at line 2. Go to line 2 and hit enter, the empty line. Go to empty line 2, hit enter. Yeah. Now introduce at and a fixture at PyTest dot fixture. No, that's good. PyTest tst dot fixture. Yeah, choose that. Yeah. So this is a fixture. Okay, this is a fixture. Now what it does is it lets you use this function name as a constant. So now come to line 10. Okay, come to line 9, def test 1 within that empty brackets. You're going to enter my home. Okay, you're going to use this my home constant name and pass it to test1 and test2. Pass it as an argument. The function itself will go as an argument to test1 and test2. Yeah. Copy just my home, double click on that word, it will copy. It will select. Just copy. Yeah. Go to within the brackets at line 9 and paste it. Paste it. Yeah. Remove that parenthesis and all that. Yeah. So now you passed it as an argument. Now my home can be used at line 10 instead of main.area 10. Remove that whole left side of the equal to. No, the entire, just the left hand side of the double equal. You're just going to name it as my home. And that's what you put it as a constant. My, correct? Now you see how the same way you do on test 2. Copy my home and put it inside the bracket and replace. Yes. Yeah. Remove that parenthesis and colon. Yeah. Yeah. And give the name as argument in test 2. Within the brackets, my home is passed as an argument at line 13. Test 2 has empty brackets. Yeah, paste that. Yeah, remove. So this, yeah, but though in third test case, you're not using it, okay? Because my home is referring to a constant area. When you say main.area of 10, it is 100, okay? But in test case 3, you're doing main.area of 0. So this is good. So this is a fixture, okay? So understand this is a fixture, and now you can run this test, okay? Right, yeah, okay. So go to the top corner and yeah, run the test. Yeah. Yeah, click on the green arrow on the top corner. Test, PyTest for test main. Test main 2 you have to run now. This is your current file, right? So either you right click to choose from the pop-up window, test main 2. Click on that, yeah, click on the pop-up run. No, there only, yeah, good. Click on that. Error running test 2 cannot start. The same problem here. Again, it popped up. Info share does not exist. Go to the settings. Yeah. Okay, so that worked. It, yeah, assert error. My home is 100. Yeah. Test 2 failed. What about test 3? Uh, it somehow ran one test only again. On the right corner, you can see the top was test_2. When you right click, no, it did this. So just remove that. It's still running the specific test. Allows you to run specific test, or if you go to the edit configurations there, yeah, now it's being fine. One test failed, 2 passed. Okay, so this is with fixture. Yeah, things are okay here. This main 2. Remove. It's still pointing to one test. That's the reason. You have to go to edit that test configuration. Edit. Yeah. Now go into test main 2. Remove the module and just do test main 2.py. Test_main tw.py. So this script, where is it located? Will need that information. Click on the directories on the right side where you chose the script. On the farther right, click, yeah. Did it get to the file correctly? Test main 2, click on that. Yeah, click on that. Yeah, just click it. So now it's good. Yes, click OK and okay, no? So here 3 tests collected. Test 1 and test passed, test 2 failed, and the test 3 passed. Okay. So this is good with fixtures. Now when you have to pass with data, okay. Yeah, you can stop the sharing. Let me just share that. Okay, can you see my screen now? Okay, so test main. I just copy, I just put it again here and just call it test main 3 or something like that. I go to test main 3. Now this time I'm going to use, we looked at a picture, but here I'm parameterizing test. Okay, so square is my main function here, this one. would modify this function itself. Okay, so main also I'll just copy and I'll call it with a new name. Okay, so that we don't have a name clash. So I paste it. I call it main3. Okay, so this main3 is there, and I'm changing this function from this function to a slightly different function for facilitating the fixture. Okay, so here is def square kilometers. Of course, cells not required. Okay, there is a free object called request which can be used. Okay, now what it does is it understands. So PyTest allows you to use this request object, and I'm saying that request dot param is kilometer. Request dot param is kilometer, and then I return kilometer square. Okay, so this is also a fixture. Now, so I'm going to use this PyTest. I'm sorry, this one. Apparently, we don't need this main3. Sorry, it is not there. We will put this inside our test. Okay, we'll put. I'm back to test main3. Okay, I'm going to put this as a fixture. In my case, import items. Okay, so what I just did is I created a fixture slightly with one of my local functions here. In the earlier example, I put the fixture on my own function called my home. Okay, now I'm using another fixture name, square kilometers. Okay, but this time the fixture has got a request parameter with request.param, and kilometer is assigned whatever that parameter is. Whatever the parameter be passed actually will be taken. Now that is possible when that's possible. Okay, so I don't have 1, 2 tests here. Let me just take this off. Test 2 off. Okay. So at test 2, I'm going to say at pytest dot sorry, pytest dot mark dot parameterize. Pytest dot mark dot parameterize. I use the bracket open. Just let me pick. I call this arguments. I call the mark. I call the fixture name. Sorry. I call fixture name here. Okay. Like that. The first argument is this name of the fixture. The second argument is a list. Okay. Now it take argument values. So here I'm passing 2, 3, 4. Now what it will do is, this is a system of data. It's a list of values. Each value will be passed to the square kilometer. Okay. So in one test, I'm going to use this fixture name, pass 3 values, and that's good. This is a default argument there. Direct is true. So let's not ignore it. So that's my parameterization. So what is parameterization? It is like you're sending one different parameters, one value for each parameter of this test, of this fixture. Okay. So with the fixture, here pytest mark parameterize, we're using that fixture name, and you can pass any number of values. So each time it is going to take that as the argument. Okay. And so now my fixture is done, but here I'm going to pass this argument here. I'm going to pass this, sorry. I'm going to pass this fixture name to the test like you did last time. You put my home to the argument and you can directly use this. Okay, so square kilometers is same return, right? It's going to return square kilometers. So, okay. So square kilometers is equal to something. So what it will do is it will take each value and run through test one 3 times. 1 to 2. So 2 square kilometers, 2 will be passed here. Km into km is 2 into 2, 4. The second time 3 will be passed. 3 into 3, 9. Like that it will go. Okay. So 3 square and then 4 square 16. So let's make the last test pass. Only the last test will pass. 2 square is 4, 3 square is 9. Both the tests will fail. Okay. And of course, the last one, I'm going to take it off temporarily so that we are just clean in terms of code. Simple. I got one fixture inside my test main. I am parameterizing with pytest.mark.parameterize. Use the name of the fixture and 3 values. So you can test a stream of values. And now let's test main 3. Let's go to edit configurations. I don't see that. So let me just add one new configuration, test main 3. Now, copy all this. Just give me one moment. Or we just add new configuration. Pytest. Pytest for test main 3. And of course, that's that. Did it? This is the script. Test main 3. Working directory is good. Rest is good. Test main 3 is using parameterization. So now watch. Test 1 passed 2, test 1 passed 3, test 1 passed 4. Okay, so you have 3 values here. So 3 values. The first test failed. 4 square, 2 square was 4. So test 1 with value 2 failed. Expected 16, but the actual value is 4. Square kilometers is 4. The second test failed. Test 1 passed with value 3. Just 3 square is 9 is not equal to 16. Okay. So 9 kilometers is 9. That didn't go through and it failed. And third test pass. Okay, so here is our report 1, 2, 3. And of course, this report is like that. So 2 failed and 1 passed. The last one is the one which passed. So this is how you parameterize the tests. Okay, so you can try it at your end. Okay, I'll put this in the chat. Okay, so that way it's quick for you. Take a new file and just paste this code. Okay, I'm just going to share it in the chat. Add a new file and just go about. You can share your screen. Let me see how Add a new file. Add a new file. When you add new file, just right click, new, or copy paste is also fine. Right click, new Python file. Yeah. Python, no, test3. You can say it's Python unit test, the second option. Okay, main 3, test main 3. Yeah, name, test main 3. Okay, py, unit test, enter. Yeah, just enter. That should be okay. The default it's sitting at unit. This is something else. It's not a unit test. Sorry. Yeah. Test main 3. Remove this whole thing. Yeah, that's okay. Okay. So that's your, and check the configuration. You can point to test main 3. Correct. That's all. Save this and run. Yeah. Collected 3. Yeah, there you go. Okay. So that's 3 items which are parameterizing, and I'm having my fixture name as square kilometer. Okay. So when you pass a request object, requests or requests, scroll down, yeah. You pass a request object that allows you to use it as a parameter, and that when you do bytes parameterize, mark parameterize, you can pass values to it. Okay. Now if you put uh, 2, 3, 4, 5, it will take dynamically. Okay. And again, one change of this picture is enough for all those test cases. Okay. So this is with parameterization. So we just did try a couple of things. Let me, yeah, you can save the project. Okay. We just worked with PyTest uh, briefly, introducing it. Okay. So what we saw is it's using fixtures is good for code modification, future changes, and you can parameterize tests, uh, which is what PyTest does for you. Okay. All right, save the project. There is also one more thing. Okay, here go to app.py. Yeah, go about control, save all, save all, save all. Just go about file, save all, save all. Yeah. Now click on app.py there. There, the assets app.py. Click on app. No, the one above main. One above main. Click, double click on that. Yeah. Now what you're seeing here is typically in projects you'll have a class. I put it like an app, okay? And I have two functions there, square and cube, okay? Just simple way. There are two functions. When you have 2, 3 functions in an application, it's all bundled into an app, okay? So that's just an example. And go to test app, okay? Yeah, see test underscore app there, which is already coded. However, in reality, just right click inside the code editor. Right click inside the code editor using a mouse. Right click inside the code editor somewhere below, maybe line 5, not below there. Yeah, go to yeah, yeah. Go to click generate from there. See, go to generate. Yeah. You see it's showing test dot dot dot. Click on that. So in this pop-up, it's allowing you to create test underscore app.py. Okay. So, and then you can choose each function should have the convention test underscore. No, so when you build a test underscore app.py, this is how you create a test, and you choose these checkboxes before each function and click create. Okay, now don't do that because it's already done for you. Okay, you can close this small pop-up. Yeah. So now go to on the code editor, the last tab, test underscore app. Yeah. So this is all done with okay, it has this fixture and all that. So you can see test underscore square, test underscore cube, just an example like that. Okay, nothing more. And already the PyTest fixture is already in here in the class. So out here, when you write the test class, here is class test app. I import, click on that import on the line 1. I import this app. Yeah. From app import app. Okay. From this file app.py, import app. Okay. Obviously, app was my class name. Okay. And then at line 7, you see, I'm creating an object of that class. I am imported just small app is equal to app bracket. So at line 7, I'm creating an object for app. Okay, creating an object for app inside my test class. Okay, and then I'm going down to say, are you following? At line 7, app is equal to app. So that's my object. Okay, now if you see row 15, assert self.app.square, and row 18 self.app.cube. Okay, so I can call the object and the function there. Okay, so the object has the function and methods, properties and methods. So I'm just calling the function. App.square is 4. Yes, it's going to be returning true. That test will pass. And again, app.cube of 2 is 8. Okay, so just an example for testing a class. And of course, inside that is where I put a fixture as well. Okay, the same example as what we did last. Okay, so square kilometers is here and square like that. Some test to showcase that you can test in a class. Okay, when you are given in project, often in projects, the developer gets a app to be tested. Okay, so that's where you go click on app.py. That's what I will put there. Just click there once. Having few functions inside a class. Okay, yeah, just app.py. Go back one moment. Yeah. So it has a class app, and then you have function square and cube. Typically, that's how you're testing. This function is going to be right click to generate, and then come to generate the test underscore app. Okay, that's how it is done. Okay, which you already got here. Okay, so now click on the last tab. Go back. Okay, you can run this test. You can see that it is parameterized. So there are 2 tests, which is test for square and cube, and then the parameterized will run 3 more tests. So total 5 tests will run. Okay. It might need a configuration to be modified. So just try running. You will have to fix the configuration file as well. Okay. Yeah. Edit the configuration and you can choose to run if you want. Okay. Because there are 5 tests totally in this. Yeah, right on the right top corner is where the 3 dots you have to edit. Correct. Edit. Yeah. Test the last second from the bottom. No, not this one. Go to click on the left navigator, the second from the bottom. Yeah. PyTest and test underscore app. Yeah, click on that. It's pointing to correct, but change the working directory to it is copy. Yeah. Okay. Now run this test. There it goes. Yeah, all 5 tests ran. Okay. So you can see 2 failed, 3 passed. Okay. The one in the middle here has passed. And then the next one failed. Wherever it failed shows expected actual. And scroll down the last one. Yeah, actually in the middle it's showing everything. See, go up. Passed. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. First one passed 20%. Then the second one passed 40%, and the third one failed 60%. When it failed, it shows a error message. And the fourth one is below where it shows test app pi dot colon 22 passed 80%. That's the fourth one. And the fifth one failed 100%. So that's the fifth one showing expected and actually. So the last, if you see the top, it gives a list summary. Yeah. So 1, 2 passed, 3, 4 failed, and last one passed, or the last one failed, right? Yeah. Third one is passed, the fourth one has failed, and the last one has passed. I think that's how it is. Correct? 100% is the last one that has failed. The 80% is the third one that has passed. Okay. So you can check the top. Test failed 2, passed 3 out of the total test. Okay, we'll wrap the session here. I wanted to show robot framework. We can continue the next session. Is that okay? Or
That's
yeah, or do you? Yeah, how about time? I think it's about time, right? So we'll take a. We'll pause. We'll end the session here. The next session, I wanted to show this robot testing framework. This is a testing framework used by an open source testing framework to open browser and pass uses a Selenium library. And if you see the code, yeah, use a file called login robot. You have some
I
const.
can't see you.
Yeah, you
Yes.
can see. Let me just share screen to this. Or if you have some more time, you can just try to wrap
Yeah,
this up. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have more time. It's just if you're fine with it, I have more time. No, it's fine.
Okay, I will continue because it's a small part of it. Robot framework is an open source automation framework originally from Nokia. Okay. And this had acceptance test driven development. Test cases are keywords driven and data driven in a readable tabular format. So you have statements much like English, like open browser, it will open the browser. Supports creation of projects importing libraries like Selenium, variables tagging like HTTP and all. So it uses, okay, this is their website. And of course, there is a robot framework package here and robot framework hyphen Selenium library. Okay, these are to be installed. Now, what in our example, I created another folder where this testing framework project can reside. So C auto, okay, and we have some more things to install here. Create a robot subfolder and put the files under that. So next, create a robot subfolder. So the installables are Selenium, robot framework - Selenium, WebDriver Manager. There are some plugins, IntelliBot and IntelliBot Selenium library. So these are slightly some of the installations. And yeah, out here, there will be some robot file which will create, and it has this asterisk like this, the star settings. There are 4 sections basically: settings, variables, test cases, and keywords. Now in settings, you will have some libraries you're pointing to in the current one. Okay, so for example, in settings, you'll say library, Selenium library. Okay, documentation. So you're saying these keywords, but it looks like simple English, but it's programmed. Okay, so under settings, I can point to some library, and that's what is done here. And variables, you can use variables. Okay, so I'll show you. Dollar flower bracket browser is Chrome. So the browser is Chrome. We are telling that the browser is Chrome. Path is executable path where the Chrome driver is supposed to be. I have downloaded the Chrome driver and kept it there. URL for testing. It's some URL where you want to open that page. Yesterday we saw that Mount Olympus, we saw one page open. So here this is another page open. And open, it's anybody can point to some open file URL. Okay, so that's a variable for URL, variable for some additional options, and submit underscore button is CSS button type submit. So this is again some syntax. So set of variables. So under variables section, you can define variables, use it. Then under test cases, you can write in English. Okay, so very simple test case is like this. Verify successful login to Heroku login page. Again, here we are saying in plain English, open browser, passing all these variables out here, and then it'll open browser. Works like that. Okay, so the library supports all this. Okay. As you can see, I have just created a logon.robot file, and it's just a text file. But these are my test cases. The one in yellow you see is verify successful login. And you can, at this level, add more test cases, 1, 2, 3, like that. Use this sort of commands, simple link, open browser, maximize browser window. The window will maximize. And in that browser window, wait until element is visible. Element ID is username. So that means in that web page, there is a field for username. Okay, that's the notation here, ID colon username. Wait until element is visible. What you're telling in it's simple keyword. Okay, keyword driven. Everything is keyword driven. So when using this phrase here, the browser will open and wait for until this field with the ID username is visible. How long will it wait? 5 seconds. And once it is visible, element should be visible. Which element? This element. Element should be enabled. Sometimes it's visible, it is not active. Control is gone in there to active. It can be grayed out, right? So that's why it's saying enabled. Then input text, ID, username, Tom Smith. So what it does is when you say input text for this text box against the username, it will pass the value Tom Smith. Okay. And that next element, password should be enabled, visible and enabled. Input password for this field some super secret password. Click element submit button. Element should be visible. So click element submit button. The button is clicked and it goes into the login page. Okay. And when it goes into the login page, the landing page, it might show you Sriram or something like that, and some fields. Like yesterday, we saw various gods shown in a link. In that page, what element should be visible? How are they confirming they've landed in the landing page? Inside, there will be a logout button, a logout link at least, right? Now that is what they're looking. So for that logout link, they're looking with a timeout of 5. So for 5 seconds, they'll wait till that page is reached. The way they have written this is ascertaining that after a successful login, a logout link will be shown. If the logout link is not shown, then it is not successfully logged in. Okay, so that is what they're just waiting out for. Element should be this. These are all keywords and this link. And wait, riding out for a timeout of 5 seconds, and then it closes the browser. Of course, it should log out, but we are just closing the browser. This is an automated test. This is an automated test. So the way keyword driven, low level keywords. Okay. So this is used for creating. So these 4 sections are there. File to be created as a robot. Import library like this. In a Python program, you write import import math or import the library. We did import app. Okay, import PyTest. Here in this scripting language, we just keywords library, Selenium library, documentation, login functionality, something. But library, Selenium library, it's going to use that library. Okay, it's like the import. And of course, this is 4 sections: settings, variables, test cases, and finally keywords if you want to have custom keywords. Okay, so this will open the browser, log in. When gone and successful, it look for this logout and close the browser. Okay, so that's how it works. And here is the output. I run it from the command prompt. So it gives login. It has my first test case, successful login, pass. My second test case, negative test for user. That means I'm giving a false username, that pass. And negative test case for the password as a wrong password, and that passed. And all 3 tests are done and all 3 completed successfully. You get a HTML output here, which shows this. This is out of the box, which is provided by the testing framework. It gives, if you click on that, this is a summary login report. If you click the log of the test, it will take you into the test suite with the various test steps. Test 1, like that. You can open it. You call it smoke test when it's negative test. Huh? That's the terminology. When it's negative test, smoke test. That means you have to break it. Okay. So in that passed, and here it's what time it started, what time it ended, pretty much detailed logging is passed here, and what commands were run in that test case 1, what were the values it took, like that. Okay, these were the commands, and if you open out what values it will show. So the detailed test execution log. So there are 2 reports here, one at the top level as a login report, and then you click on this log, it will show the details. Okay, all test, smoke test, passed or failed. This is the test execution log inside. All this is pretty neat. Okay, And this is our login page where we are trying. Like yesterday, let me just see if we can locate this page. Most of that Heroku, it's on a Heroku cloud. That page, if it is available now, not too sure. Let me check. Because it is all of Heroku's apps have been initially it was available. Now I don't know. Let me check. Some dummy sites, okay? Yeah, it's available. Okay, it's cool. It's available. And Tom Smith. So we are simulating a login, Sriram. Okay. So I'm taking Tom Smith, and that's the password. It's all developer friendly. And I click manually, and then it took me in. Okay, secure area. So it simulated a login, nothing more has happened. Welcome to this secure area, and then it sure is looking for this log link. Click out and come back here. Okay, so this is what I just did manually, and you can try that automatically. So for that purpose, let me just close this. Hold on. Okay, I have this. I've opened all that. Okay, um, this is robot, and that is a logon file. Okay, and pose things are the same here. What I just showed you. Okay, settings, Selenium library, browser is Chrome. Of course, the drivers I've updated behind the scenes. I will show that how to do that. Okay, how to do that is I go open our browser. Okay, in my case, I just go open the browser and just go into like this help about Google Chrome. Okay, now at about Google Chrome, it will show the version of Google Chrome. Now this version is the browser's Chrome, but when you have to do it programmatically opening this browser and putting values, we need the Chrome driver. Okay, so I took this version here and I went behind the Chrome driver to fetch the driver, and the driver is put as a downloaded file extracted into my C driver's location. Now this is the Chrome driver. Now what is this driver allowing me to do? This driver allows me to programmatically open, okay, programmatically open the C driver's Chrome driver. Okay, and that's my path. So Chrome will now work programmatically to open. Okay, so under test case, I have few other test cases. Uh, yeah, all that. Okay, I'm not going into further details here, but here is the same what I just entered manually. Oh, hold on, not so soon. There could be some, hold on. Okay, it's starting to log in. It ran those things. It's not opening for some reason. Okay, just hold on. Practice test automation. No, not this first one. Sign on. I think this is good. This is good. Username, password. I have an unsuccessful login here. Okay, this works. Tom Smith. Wrong username is my second test case. This is a smoke test. Unsuccessful login. Okay, unsuccessful login can be two types. Wrong username, and the third one, third unsuccessful is a wrong password. Wrong password, right? So I'm giving a super secret password, double exclamation mark to simulate a wrong password. Okay, so the three tests, if that didn't come through clear. First one is a successful login. The second one is an unsuccessful login with wrong username. Okay, and the third one is with a wrong password. Okay, the password is supposed to be super secret password exclamation mark. I just put an extra exclamation mark in the program. So now let's run this. There are several other things, of course, things which you already know. I'm not going in, but let's quickly run there. This is a folder created as a robot. Okay, of course, if I go to settings, I need some, okay, go to this, go to the interpreter, install that from here, install uh, robot framework. Okay, install robot framework uh, 7.1 and robot framework Selenium and robot Selenium 2 library. Install most of these stuff. Let's bring this up to upgrade. Okay. Um, I just installed robot framework Selenium, upgraded to the latest version. So packages to be kept up to date. Okay. Once, yeah, that's done. That's going to upgrade. Core libraries, Selenium itself. Selenium is just the library for automating test case. Right? So that as well, we keep all that and in the latest version, just it will come through. Selenium is giving you that web driver, which allows you to point to the Chrome driver from the um, desktop. Seems to be some versions. The core should update when the top updates. So, but I'm not leaving up to any chance for version configs here. Just give me a moment. Mhm. Okay, we will see. And setup tools also seems to have some, because this is a different project. I happen to have created. There seems to be multiple setup tools, one from one version to the other. Just that installed. There seems to be two setup tools here. Let's see, that should be okay, I believe. Okay, so here we got Selenium library, it's okay. I think it did run in the background. Okay, I did not bother about the slight changes in version. So let's close this and just say okay. Uh, well, we see this is a script and the terminal is out there. It seems to run something earlier, but after this, let me just save all. So one last thing is if I go to setup, I was just looking at the project here, the interpreter. However, in case of there's a plugin for this called IntelliJ. Intelli, IntelliBot. Let's see. Yeah, IntelliBot patched. So this required, these two required, I just upgraded that. So it's asking me to restart the IDE, which I think is required now. Okay, I'll just restart the IDE, save everything, save all. So all this is good. We'll just restart one time, close and open again. And you'll go see each time that browser is opening, entering the data, the test is pass or fail, and then come back. It runs a second test likewise. Okay. When we start back up on meanwhile, C auto, when C auto is where I did these tests. So robot. Okay. So these are the test files. And here is the report. Here is the output and so on. This is from my earlier runs. So just until PyCharm comes back up, I'm just showing you. So this is a log, a report, C auto report. Okay, all tests are shown here, all are passed. Smoke tests, pass, login test. And if I click on log here, so of course this data when it started, if I click on this log HTML or this side, it will show me the details of the test execution log, and nice in terms of 3 tests, 3 pass and all that. Each test is here listed, negative username, negative password, the second and third test, the first one that is opening up some other website, but just same approach. Okay. And here is the first test. Again, when it started, when it ended, and all that. What were the commands? See the log timing. Okay. And further down here, negative test or pass. Okay, same approach. And you can see individually what was the time it started, ended, and all that. Okay. So the test execution log is very nice, and this is used by Wipro, one of the IT companies here. So if I click back, this is a robot test framework. Okay. And did my PyCharm come back up? Okay, let me see. Mm, the page and details of robotframework.org. Okay, it's open source. robot framework for test automation, robotic process automation. So it's an open source framework for test automation. We're using for test automation. It also is used for robotic. Human friendly, versatile third-party libraries of you know Selenium and other libraries. Okay, so it's a community and open source and all that. Various libraries supported. One we are using is Selenium. There are other libraries for mobile testing, iOS testing. Okay, database libraries are there. There are more libraries here. Community is there. All that. Conferences are all active. GitHub is also there. So many contributors, members of the robot framework. It's robot framework. Okay, foundation. Okay, so documents, all that is available here. Okay, so you can explore more about that in this website. What happened to our PyCharm? Okay, I'll just click it again. Let's close that. Okay, here it starts. Sign on robot. Okay. It even takes screenshots for I think other cases, but let's see here. So this is our Heroku path. Okay, for the dummy plugin page. And confirm. Design robot frame very types. This thing. Okay, so I hope this will go through. Let's run. In the configurations. Let me switch this to robot. Okay, that looks good. Let's see. Okay, here we are. There are some messages here. I'm getting some errors. Let me try another one. Sign on robot. plugin. IntelliBot, IntelliBot Patch, Robot Runner is also there. Disabled. Okay. I'm not sure is this disabled robot runner seems to be another one. And so that seems to be JetBrains has some runner, the version, the latest version. Mhm. Just be a little patient. Okay, I think this is installed too. It's asking me to restart. Let's restart. Some errors I'm getting on the install, but let's see how it goes. Okay, this time three test cases, log on robot. Uh, okay, okay. Sign on. Script being tested. Sorry, it's been tested. I would say using another log on robot. Okay, ID error occurred. Okay, I will try running this. Okay, let's see how it goes. It's take some errors here. Okay, and that one. Let's try this one. Wait, it's setting. Mm, correct. Correct. Mhm. Settings, not my settings. Seems to be a problem here. Add a new configuration. Robot work or sign on. Robot. The file extension should be sign on.robot all the time, or the .robot extension is required. Working directory is that. Yes. Let's run this. Seems to be some error here. Waiting. There might be some reason here, but let me just check whether any change happened. Oh, the plugin seems to have some exception. The plugin is not a production of JetBrains. Please report the problem. So disabled plugin. Hmm. It seemed to error out somewhere. Okay, but this is the way it is. Um, and do it here with the editor also. Let me check the mm, gives an editor here. Test cases, run test, settings is correct. Okay. But test suite robot, he's got some name like that, negative test. We can even run from here as well. So run, here is a run button. Okay, let's see what's available in their website is able to do the job. Okay, here is what it did. They have a editor much like a virtual uh, Google notebook, Chrome, Colab notebook like approach. So you can take this code and run in their editor, and that still shows a console output nice and all that. Okay, and also it shows how the report will look like, and the test did open the log like that. So that's how it worked, but um, Obviously, what you can try doing here, Control A, I'm just trying it out because typically the, a Scratch robot, and I put that code. Okay, so though it's not the same, we don't know the environment could be the difference. In my case, will it run? We don't know. We can still try to run the Scratch robot. Uh, uh, yeah, we can say run the current file either here. Current file. Okay, that's not let by the editor. Edit log on. Often it's the environment which can cause the problem, some setup or something like that. Just let's run this and see if it works. Okay, it seems to run fine. Oh no, error, no such file. Auto, it says no scratch.file. Auto robot, robot, it says no such file. Scratch auto.robot.scratch. Here, what is the file path? I think we refactor. Mhm. Is there a file? Auto has a robot. No, it's not having a file. Where did it save? Now we created that file. Okay. I went to scratches, but I don't know why it's causing all this problem. Yeah, it's showing a lot of issues. Run command shell. Let me try this. Running from some scratches folder. Uh, how is it running that? You don't run it as Python. You have to run it as a robot version. First, let me see. Robot Framework 6 is running in this version. So here install Robot Framework. This way it's not. It's erroring out here in my installation. So this is Python 3.9. Just hold on. Just hold on. Speak. it's erroring out because the path or some issues there. There seems to be some issues, but yeah, we can take a look at it later. Okay, but this is how it should run. It should open the page. It did not locate this actually. So from the command prompt, let me try out from here. Okay, so this is a terminal. Let's try out from here. Terminal. There seems to be a robot here. If we run robot, so they're using 7.1. Getting errors over here. This framework 6 may not run, but still let me just try. Oops. A bit of trouble. Because of the versions, earlier it used to run, but some considered as test suites setup tools. All this have to be installed. But why? From the command prompt, there seems to be errors. But even this file is recognized. And explore open. Well, it's the version which can be the problem. Let me check that in this setup. Uh, I will show this in the next session. Okay. It looks like it might take some time to figure out where the issue is, but see here I can, yeah, I didn't upgrade this, or let me just try here. The package having an earlier version. Okay, that installed pretty quick. These libraries seem to, okay, this is there twice. Actually, yeah, there seems to be some version conflict, but typically it opens up, and I think earlier it did. Um, Oh, I didn't see that before. There are two versions sitting here. Yeah, there seems to be some issues. Let me try one or the other should work. Login row. Not a scratch. Say login. Name. It's pulling off on this point. There seems to be something on the version which is the reason these are not running. Let me just check that and we'll take a look at it in the next class. Okay. Okay, Sriram. Okay, there. Yes, Sriram, can you hear me? Yes, we will look at this, though it seems to be running in from their terminal. It it has some version conflicts, so we will take a look at it in our next session. Can you hear me? What happened? Yes, Sriram, can you hear me? We'll wrap the session here and oh, you can't hear me.
Hello?
Yes, sir. There seems to be some issues in terms of the version and the robot file is. I did see it ran initially as soon as I stepped here, but apparently some version conflict. It is not uh, running through now. Okay, it's showing
Okay.
some errors. Um, could be some reason with the libraries. It will open each file, login, test, and complete. Okay, and then you'll get this output file. That's how it will work. You'll get this report, what I just showed. Okay, each time it'll open the browser. Okay, but since there are too many versions out there, it's sort of not going in sync. Okay, so here is the report, how it looks typically. Okay, though it was from an earlier run, all that is seen here. all these test cases 1, 2, 3 have passed, and you can drill down and all that. Okay, so we'll wrap it up with that. Okay, Sriram.
All right.
So let's meet on the next session where we go into Git. Okay, and that's a version control system. Okay, so okay, you have a very good day and enjoy your rest of the day. Okay, bye, take care.